Today, a suspect in the murder of a Metro Department of Corrections officer will face a judge for the very first time. Yesterday, police arrested 35-year-old Christy Broomley. She's charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. However, police say she is not the killer. Records show that Broomley brought LMDC officer Michael Wetta to a location where he was shot. They say that she knew that she was there when Wetta was shot by a known co-defendant, then left the scene, taking Wetta's car and his phone. Wetta's body was found in an alley off of Cedar Street near South 28th on February 16th. Wetta joined the ranks of the LMDC, graduating from the training academy in November of 2024. Police have not announced any additional arrests, but the investigation is still ongoing. You're asked to call the tip line at 574-LMPD if you have any more information. Broomley is expected in court this morning at 9 a.m. Happening today, the Waterfront Park Playport is set to open up. It marks the first component of Phase 4 of the Waterfront Park's expansion over into West Louisville. So, of course, we sent our own Gabe Gonzalez out there to the Waterfront Park this morning ahead of the ribbon cutting, which is happening in just a few hours. And, Gabe, it has been a couple of years in the making to get this park a reality, and it looks like so much fun out there.
Hey, yeah, good morning, Jim. This space is meant to have an industrial feel with STEM right here at the forefront. I mean, take a look behind me right here. You can see an excavator. I mean, there's tunnels, there's slides, there's firefighter poles, there's all the stuff you need to have plenty of fun. Now, construction, it first broke ground in October of 2022, and lots of work has been put in since then. Our last close-up look at the process at Playport was back in December, when we were told work was about 95% done. Now, the space was designed in partnership with the Kentucky Science Center, and that's evident once you see what's included here. There's construction-themed equipment and STEM-based educational experiences, which we were told for all kids of all ages and abilities, and officials say it's meant to reflect the industrialization of Louisville and this specific location.
A river section which really tells the story about how this site is located on the river right at the head of the Falls of the Ohio. These are real objects. These are not things that we have fabricated. This is a real shipping container. That's a real crane cab.
We were told that this phase of construction also includes a classroom and community space, a restroom building, and a parking lot, which is all here to our left. Now, Governor Andy Beshear and Mayor Craig Greenberg, they're all set to be here at 11 o'clock this morning when there is a dedication ceremony. Now, this is just the beginning of Phase 4 of this construction of this area, and I will have a closer look at what you can expect when you come here and for that dedication ceremony that is happening at 11 o'clock this morning. We'll have more on that on the news at noon. Jim?
Thank you very much, Gabe. An update for you now. The second suspect accused of assaulting a group of people at the Paddock shops will stay behind bars for now. In court yesterday, a judge set 19-year-old Malachi Weathers Parker's bond at $50,000. The prosecution wanted much more than that. $150,000 was what they were asking for. Police say on March 8th, someone in a passing car yelled, "Say cheese," as Weathers Parker and his friends were taking a photo in front of Malone's. Court documents show they later returned to find that group of people and attacked them. Police said that one of those victims was knocked unconscious with her own metal baton, which caused a concussion and a brain bleed.
I think it goes without saying that the facts and circumstances alleged that the court has just reviewed are horrifying, to say the least. We think that $50,000 is not actually commensurate with the allegations of the assaultive conduct towards 3 individuals and the injuries that they received.
The judge ultimately chose to uphold the $50,000 bond. Weathers Parker faces multiple charges, including strangulation and assault. Weathers Parker pleaded not guilty, and he is due back in court next Wednesday. New this morning, a Louisville man is facing charges after police say he crashed a car that sent several people to the hospital. It happened just after 11 o'clock Monday night. Indiana State Police say they tried to stop 18-year-old Frankie Vasquez from speeding near 10th Street in Jeffersonville. Officers say he took off and drove around police cars, then hit 2 other cars, one of which was pushed into a tow truck. 3 adults and 2 children were all taken to the hospital. We're told that all of them are expected to be okay. Now, Vasquez was also hurt and taken to the hospital. Police say that he will be charged as soon as he is released. A settlement has been reached in the case of Jonah Bevin versus his adoptive parents, former Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin and his ex-wife Glenna. Jonah's attorney, Dawn Post, says the agreement includes a 6-month extension of the emergency protective order against Matt Bevin. The EPO against Glenna Bevin was dropped, but she was also placed under a civil restraining order. As part of the settlement, Matt Bevin cannot possess firearms, cannot contact Jonah, and he must hand over all the documents pertaining to Jonah's birth mother and other family members. Jonah had claimed his parents abandoned him at a boarding school in Jamaica and that Matt Bevin showed up at his place of work and demanded to see his son.
What he's seeking now is to be able to breathe, to settle down with all of the support that he's received through, a great number of people here in Kentucky. He'll be allowed to do that. But he also wants to draw attention to the fact that there are a lot of other adoptees who have been abandoned by their adoptive families.
Glenna Bevin released a statement saying the situation has been extremely difficult and painful for our entire family. I'm glad it's over and the case filed against me is dismissed. I love my children and I want what's best for all of them. Well, the city wants your input on transforming a portion of Southern Parkway. Officials want to transform the 4-lane street between West Woodlawn Avenue and New Cut Road into a 3-lane street. It would include 1 travel lane in each direction and a center lane that would be a 2-way left turn lane. The project also calls for more lighting. A session to hear your thoughts on this is scheduled for April 9th at 6 o'clock at the Beachmont Community Center on West Wellington Avenue. Well, March is Women's History Month, and after the break, we take a deeper look at the way women's history and the Kentucky Derby's history collide.